Okay, this is David again with Richter Scale Studios. I went back to the Orks after you saw I did the skin. I had to go back and went back over with the Vallejo model color gunmetal and thinned it out with some thinner medium. So because I want to go back over those parts that got a little bit of the overspray from the green candy, and that turned out pretty nice. They're all back to metal. I went over every metallic part with that gunmetal, even if I'm going to go over it with a gold or a brass or a copper later, just to give it a good base to start with. And so it picks out those pieces. Now, also on that, I used a #1 Winsor and Newton brush. I keep my brushes separate for metallics and regular paint. This is a good brush to do that. It's got a good point on it. Holds a lot of paint, especially when you thin it out. And I'm going to do the teeth now. I got some Game Color Warm Gray. This is an opaque color. I thinned it out again with the thinner medium. See right there, it's got a nice little, thinned it out a little bit. I'm going to use a Winsor and Newton. I have almost all the brushes from them. I have the miniature 0 and the regular 0. I'm going to use the regular 0. Where are these? Excuse me, that was my phone. That is a miniature. That's really good for detail, but I need to get some paint in here. The teeth aren't that hard to do, and plus this is just a base coat on them. So I'm going to use the the standard 0 brush. Get a little water on my brush going, and grab one of these guys. I'm only going to do a couple of these. I don't want to doing this behind the camera is really a pain. But actually, you see, it's got a really nice point on the brush. Just go in there and just kind of tap it around. And on these teeth, it's kind of easy. Just kind of feel your way with them. And if you lose your point, just kind of, you can roll it on your napkin or back in your palette. And this will be probably, one base coat. I don't know how many highlights I'll do on this. Probably do a wash, maybe do another base coat, then highlight it with something lighter. And any kind of mistakes you have, I have a brush waiting on the side that I could dip in water. See, like right there? There's a little too much paint in there. Take that brush and kind of pull that paint out. And then we're going to go in there with a wash anyways. It'll fix that up. I got one more little tooth way back there. These highlight guys are a little pain in the ass to... Excuse my... There we go. Got all his teeth going there. Let's get a guy with some bigger teeth. Here we go. A guy with the rocket launcher. These things are huge. They look like bananas sticking out of his head. Get some more of the warm gray going. I got paint all over my brush, which I usually don't do, but God, this camera painting is a pain. Gotta hand it to you guys that do these tutorials. There. So we got his teeth going. So I'm going to go through all these guys. Oh, we got a little bone or a little tooth on his ear there. Let's get that. I'll probably put some metallic on the end of that so it looks like it's in his ear with a earring. Nice. Let's do this, guys. Right, looks like. Oh, he's got some nice teeth, too. I think that's a tooth. That's a big, ugly thing sticking out of his head. And I'm not going to go all the way to the bottom. I'm just going to let the wash collect there. Then we'll highlight these later on, like I said. And, always good to have a miniature on something to hold so you can spin them around. And, move the miniature, not you, to get in there. Make it easy and comfortable. I have this hand on a desk, and he's in my palm resting. Then these 3 fingers are basically being supported by the palm of my hand, which is being supported by my desk, and letting me get in there and get some detail going. And there we go. Some orc teeth. So I'm going to go back through the other these 7 guys. Also, I'm going to make these guys look like they're not going to be any Pacific Clan. I have a, hold on one second. These are some other orcs I've done in the past and just kind of screwed around with the colors. Like this guy looks like he's wearing a wife beater and some jeans. And I kind of like the way he turned out. And the knife. I think I've probably showed these guys before. These guys are going to be these guys are going to be combining mobs. So you could have some different color skins, and all orcs do look different. And this guy has like he has like a charcoal shirt and some pants. So I'm going to probably do not too much variance in these guys. Probably do one side of the 5 and one color scheme in the other side. And this guy is more of, like a denim shirt and a tan pair of pants. So there isn't that much variant even in these guys. But it kind of is fun to mix them up a little bit. And they'll just be their own little kind of clan or something like that. I'm going to call them the Gap Clan or an Old Navy Clan or something like that. All in denim and in khakis. But that is it for right now. I'm going to get back to these teeth. And when I come back to doing another thing, I'll bring it back and show you how I'm going through these. Thanks for joining me as always. Okay, we finished the teeth and the nails. I forgot about those. I was going to do them a different color, but I'm just going to make these. You know, these are playable tabletop orcs. Maybe a little bit better than a tabletop standard. We're not sure yet. But I'm going to do the eyes now, and I'm switching up paints a little bit. I bought this as a fluke many months ago. It was actually for my girlfriend's kids to paint with, and they're not really into it, so I took them, the Army War paints. Actually, a great paint. I love the way they feel. I'm using Dragon Red for their base coat of their eyes, and I mixed it with a little concoction I got from Savage Models, and it's just distilled water, a little flowate, and some retarder medium. I think that's Grumbacher, the one I'm using. I got all 3, 4 different brands of it. But I'm going to try to thin the paint out, and like I said, try to rest the miniature in a good position. Kind of use your thumb, try to get some of the excess paint off because you don't want this pooling. Excuse my dog, someone's walking by my house. Let's see, make sure on the camera I'm doing this. And I'm using a 3/0 Winsor and Newton paintbrush. And using a nice thin red paint. You really want a highly detailed brush for this type of work. You don't want to hold a lot of paint. I hope you could see that. That is pretty cool looking. Let's see if we can get some more light down in there. So there, got some eyes going on him. Let's do one more. Grab this gentleman right next to him. Oh, this guy's really easy eyes to paint. Or easier, I don't want to say easy. And I'm going to go back and later on, after doing the base coats, I'm probably going to highlight these too. There's one eye. And if you do screw up with these, you can usually, especially with orcs, hit with a nice green wash around the eye. I might do that anyways. Let's see, oh, too much paint on there. And I've said in many videos ago, I was having such a hard time painting eyes. Being in my mid-40s, 44 now. I started wearing glasses recently. For reading, I don't need them all the time. They said actually I didn't need them, but for painting miniatures, it was impossible. I thought there was something wrong with me physically. But obviously my eyesight, I thought I was dizzy or something. But there we go. Got another set of eyes going. I don't know if you can see it that well with this camera. We're using like a 3-year-old camera on this. It's HD, but you know, HD is 3 years ago. Let's do one more. This is fun. It's actually basically, I think this is the same head as this last guy with the rocket launcher. And it was the rocket launcher got that in the way. So then again, like I said, move the miniature so it make your job easier. There's one red eye. And this one's going to be a little more difficult to get to. Let's see if I can get stay on camera. And just not shake. Keep breathing. That's one thing I've noticed. If you keep breathing steadily, actually as I'm talking, you actually kind of relaxes me. And let you get in there without shaking as badly. There. We got a red-eyed fiend. So that'll be it for right now. I'll make this part 2. Just base coating teeth and eyes. Teeth, nails, and eyes. And we'll be back. I'm going to probably continue working on these tonight. And hopefully get another part up. So thanks for joining me as always. Please subscribe. Please comment. I love being a part of the community. Today I just went through tons of, I think it's a Train Tinker. I might want to do a video on his. I just ran across this stuff. I bought something off eBay he was making to cut foam core to make those perfect slices when you want to do those corner joints. That's how I found his YouTube. He had a little YouTube thing demonstrating the tool on eBay, and fell in love with his work. Very precise guy. I think he's like a carpenter. I mean, builds hardcore like painting tables and a modular game table that folds into itself with disco lights and crap. Awesome guy. I'll see if I can put up a, I'll put up his channel name right here. But again, oops, excuse me. But then again, thank you for joining me, and see you soon. Before I concluded this part, I wanted to show some of the eyes I got done. They turned out pretty cool. They're actually just base coat. I'm going to hit them with maybe an orange or a brighter red just to highlight them a little bit, make them pop a little bit more. I don't know if you can see this on here. Hopefully you can. But I got them all done. The guys with the helmets and those metal maws or whatever they have on there, those were almost impossible. But I think I got it okay. I think this guy with his left, well, his right eye is a little screwed up. Let's see, I like this guy. I love these guys with these top knots. Their eyes really show out really good and are easy to paint. So that is it for now. I'm going to make this officially part 2, and I'll see you in part 3. Thanks.